Hey guys, it's Legit Gaming's very own Shaft. Wait, that sounded wrong. Anyways, welcome to part 3 of Zergling Roundup. And with me tonight is jEcho. Also with me tonight is Tebow. We're launching right on into the very first game of our last best of 3. It will be a really awesome game. It is our first ZVP of the night. As you guys can see, I am retarded on the scoreboard yet again. This guy's name is XO. He's a Protoss player. Neither of them have a victory yet. Okie dokie. So, on the top left-hand side of the map, we have the pretty purple Protoss. It is XO.
I can still hear you.
Yeah, it's Ohana though, so it's okay. And on the bottom right-hand side of the map, it is the red Zergy McFerguson. His name is Old Sage, or jEcho, if you prefer it the front way. Anyways, jEcho, good luck. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
And I'm back. I didn't forget, he was just on the other monitor, and I wasn't. So, there we go. That's my excuse. I'm sticking to it. With me tonight's Tebow. Hi, how are you?
Hi, tired. Doing good though.
Cool deal.
I was gonna ask, or I was not gonna ask. I was gonna mention. I was like, when we were talking about Protoss and all that stuff, I was gonna be like, yeah, I was playing a ladder game one time, and this Protoss asked me, what do you lose to? He's like, I'll do that against you. I was like, okay, I lose to this. So he did it, and I lost.
Wow. I've done something similar, except I always give him my best. Whatever I'm good against, and we'll see if he's a man of honor. Because if he isn't, neither am I. So we've got a gateway first build out of XO. Now that is very interesting because he's built it on the low ground. That's going to allow him to get this Nexus up pretty quickly. This is probably going to be like a 1-gate expo. It may actually turn into a 2-gate kind of attack, but right now it's definitely looking like an expand build.
Yeah, we're probably going to see Echo throw down a gas here probably like 25 or so. Just because of scouting that gateway, you're going to need the gas for the speed or roaches. It totally depends on what you scout afterwards, but this just means all warp gate timings are going to be incredibly fast.
Okay, so what's the deal with this gateway first build? Like, how's it compare to Forge first?
Well, this is a completely old school build. It was mainly meant for, just like warp gate timings, really. People have transferred it over to the Nexus, like gateway and the Nexus, because it's still safe. As you see, let's see. Yeah, that's just a zealot will cover that hole. So it's the same as a cannon, you know what I mean? Like, you're not going to break through a zealot without losing like 3 to 4. Oh wow, look at that, a Ling raining.
Okay. You feel like chewing on your own words?
I give up.
Okay, I think XO might have just been behind on the zealot. That's your story. You can stick to it.
Yeah, his zealot was late.
Alright, so we've got a slightly badly bruised Ling. The cool thing about what jEcho's doing here is, yes, he made Lings. Yes, that's not a drone. And yes, he just killed a probe. But this is for scouting. He's just trying to be annoying, pull off some mining time. But mostly, he's getting information. He sees that it was gateway first, but he sees that their timing attack is following in the immediate future. As such, he can keep making drones. When he loses this Ling, he will begin to get scared. But as long as this Ling is inside the main or natural of his opponent, he's free to make turns. Well, that's a dead Ling.
It is, but it's a special Ling too because he just seen another chrono on that cyber core, so he knows something cheesy's coming up.
And here we go.
Wow.
4-gate.
Yeah. So it should just be 4-gate pressure. If we see him cut probes, then we know it's an all-in. But he's continuing to make a lot of probes. So.
Did you just imply that it's possible to do a 4-gate all-in on 2 base?
Oh yeah.
Wow, okay. I don't think I've encountered that build on ladder.
Yeah, they just stopped making probes and chrono the shit out of their warp gates.
Okie doke. Works
They're
for
just
me.
like, it's not an all-in, it's economical. Okay.
Ah. See, I've encountered that, but I actually believe them.
Oh, he got that creep tumor. That sucks.
Ouchies. That really hurts. Now, this is just a Zealot Stalker right now, so this looks like harassment. That's all he sees here. Well, he does see a pylon, but again, that could just be harassment. Pylon
But
goes
he did.
down. Oh, sorry.
Yeah. Yeah, I say it. Like, yeah, he knows. Like, yeah, it looks like harassment, but he, like I said, he's seen the chrono on the
Right,
cyber
he's
core, and there's
seen
no
the
reason to.
information, but
Yeah.
EXO still has a pretty well executed timing attack. If jEcho had not got that information with those lings just sneaking by at the last second, he would be completely unprepared for this. And it looks, convincingly enough, like something else. That's the point I'm going for.
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah. He could have just thought, oh, it's just like this. It's just his first zealot in soccer. That's standard. Then all these zealots or something appear.
And he goes, oh, is that hot fudge in my pants? Anyway, there is a robo facility just now finishing up. Forge just now being begun as well. Ling speed just got researched. Layer is on the way. So we
He's
have...
gonna lose all of his units.
Uh-oh. Units are important, man.
Yeah.
As Ling speed kicks in, these Lings will be able to circle around. Roaches will get a concave, and boom, units backed into a corner. Not much damage done to jEcho.
Yeah, jEcho can pretty much just start to play this standard now. As you see, he's making 12 drones at a time, which will put him up to about 52. So, yeah, starting his layer, starting to grab his gases. It's 1, 2, 3. So, if it's just 3 gases, I'm gonna take a leap and say it's gonna be +1 roach timing. It might be like the Stefano 12-minute, well, not 12-minute, but
well, he's got his 4th gas and a macro hatch on the way. He actually mentioned this just before we popped into the cast. He said he'd like to get that macro hatch when he got his 4th gas, because in the event that he loses this 3rd.
Gotcha.
I'm sure he'll follow up more on that after this game. Now, we do have these rocks knocked down that is going to allow Lings to sneak by if EXO is not completely prepared for it, but he's walled off his front entrance, so EXO is just going to use that as his main walkway. I like it.
Yeah. I wonder if he's going to try to take this 3rd. I don't know.
Well,
be pretty dangerous to do so.
So jEcho is actually going to be going for Mutalisks. That's pretty fascinating.
Alright.
Okay,
That's a
so
good choice.
now we know this is going to be Mutalisks and not Broodlords for 2 reasons. A, there's no infestation pit. B, the Spire takes just as long to build as the Hive. So if you're going to go for Broodlords, the most efficient method to do so is finish the infestation pit, begin Hive, build a Spire. This is not what we're seeing. This is a lot of Lings, a lot of upgrades, a lot of Roaches, and now he's transitioning into Mutalisks. Okay. Why do you think he's done this, though? That becomes the next question.
Well, I'm really hoping that he'll throw down a bathing nest as well, but the reason for Mutalisks is usually just to pick off a lot of sentries, or to catch your opponent unprepared without cannons in their main, and pick up a lot of probes. I'm sure he'll actually just try to do both, and yeah, that's mainly just the reason, really. Like, usually when you see an opponent taking a 3rd, if you go Mutalist, then they're usually going to sit their army between their natural and their 3rd, meaning their main is wide open. And with the opening that he didn't do a Forge Fast Expand, so you can guarantee he doesn't have cannons everywhere, so...
Nice. Now we do have a Roach Ling attack at EXO's front. Wow. He's knocked down a pylon, so he's going to get a couple of Lings into the main. He's going to go send them right on in to the main, so he can pull this main attack back. And, oh, a little sloppy control there by jEcho, not doing as much damage to that probe line as he could have, but he's going to circle around to the 3rd with Mutalisks, hitting from as many angles as there are bases. jEcho...
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Oh no, I was just gonna say yeah, it's very nice. I was actually gonna kind of question it as well though, because he got those lings into the main, but I
Hmm.
was wondering why he didn't send the other half of his army to the third, and maybe the mutas could attack the third as well, and or focus the nexus, and or the mutas actually could have went into the natural and just had a three-prong attack.
I think he's scared of sending his units to the third. There's a really high probability of getting backed into a corner, and if you get cut off here at this little crossroads, it's kind of a done deal.
Yeah, but these are mainly only lings. It's not really like really highly priced units.
Fair enough, man. Fair enough. Now, we still don't see any Colossi out on the
Oh
field, and I
wow.
think jEcho's here to make sure that does not happen. He's got a huge
He's
force.
losing this main nexus.
Yeah, absolutely. Huge force of Mutaling in the main. Roachling on the ramp to engage the army. That's going to buy the Mutas time to get out as the Lings wreak havoc. Uh-oh, Sacrificial Overseer, but that's okay. jEcho has plenty more where that came from.
I'm surprised actually he doesn't have his mutas with him killing those sentries, but I guess he really doesn't need to.
Yeah, he doesn't want to
Even,
lose the Mutas. He wants to get that critical number. He's continuing to pump them out. Now, he's staying on top of his Ling upgrades, and I definitely approve of that.
oh yeah.
And then just using all the rest of his gas on Mutalisks. He's, oh my god, he is 48 Harvesters ahead of his opponent right now.
Yeah, going the mutaling style is just like you need a lot of drones to get prepared for a transition, so you can just spine up and
Hmm. The problem
transit.
here is, though, if Exo does a timing attack, all he's really got are Mutalisks. I mean, yes, he's got this Roachling, but that's
Mhm.
still a lot of Immortals. A lot of Immortals, a lot of Sentries. It could clean up the Roachling, but there's not quite enough Stalkers to deal with the Mutas, and that's where this is going to become problematic for
Oh,
Exo.
oh, okay, you left.
Uh-oh, GG.
But yeah, that's why I like to use banelings as well, just because like you get your mutas in there, you snipe the sentries, making their entire army just vulnerable to banelings. So, or like he had a roach worn up already, so if you've seen an attack coming, roaches are usually just an emergency. So as soon as you see an army moving out, you can just throw up some roaches, and then the rest be lings, and the mutas can just do work. But
Fair enough, man. jEcho, tell me about
Yep.
that last game, dude.
Um, he made a big mistake letting my Zerglings in because it was way too obvious that he was on. The second gas, I think, was a little bit late. I
You mean
did
those
pick off.
initial two Zerglings?
Yeah, those very first two. If they get in, that's like it's like game ending. You can't let them in
Okay.
because the zealot that he makes now has to chase them around in circles instead of doing anything at all to me. The stalker that he makes is what finally comes in and kills them. And again, he doesn't have those units anywhere on the map. And I can see exactly how much gas he's taken, so it's way too obvious. No gas in the natural, and I don't actually need to see the buildings to know a 5 gate is coming. So I just take a little, couple gases, get roaches, get speedlings, save the third, and then, I mean, from there he probably should have went DTs. There's nothing else that's gonna work.
Ah, okay. Well, it was actually technically only a 4 gate, wasn't it, Tebow?
Oh,
Or
okay.
was there a fifth
Yeah.
gate I missed?
no, it's just four.
I just guessed.
Okay, I understand. Well, the point is there. It was aggression.
Yeah.
Okay, that'll work. I just wanted to make sure I wasn't crazy. That was all that is. Okay, so, all right. Now, do you usually go for Mutalisks?
When I saw the Robo, so I know he's automatically going to start preparing for roaches. Infestors are probably the safer option, but funny enough, if he really tries to lame me out and just sits there and chronos out like 8 or 9 immortals, I might actually just die, even with infestors and roaches. So when I have that big of a lead, Mutas is just, I know I'm going to be able to pick them apart. Like, even if he positions his units perfectly, my economy is like ridiculous on the back of that.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So
All right. You know what I love most about this show?
what's that?
The opportunity for pros to come in here and tell me I'm right. Okay, so we will be moving on into your next game. I need to talk to Exo real quick and find out what map he wants. It is Daybreak. Thank you, Frank, for getting that straight. You are an awesome man. Yeah, Carl had to go. He is 16 and lives at home, and his dad was yelling at him, I'm sure. So, I am left hosting this, so bear with me, guys. I am really slow. Okie doke. Tebow.
Hi.
There we go. Alright, I was looking for you in channel.
Oh, I'm here.
I see
No
you.
worries. Yeah, I was right there.
Yeah, you were hiding from me. How dare you? You jerk. Okie doke. So we have a Terran versus Protoss? Yay! It's a Zerg versus Protoss.
I'm pretty sure I can
PvP
play
is pretty
Baron.
cool too.
I'm not as think I drunk I was.
I mean, all you ever hear from Terran versus Protoss is Protoss overpowered, man.
Yes, sir. Okay, so this is Daybreak. It was his map choice. What are your thoughts going into this?
Had I lost, I would have picked this map. So pretty good.
Couldn't be better.
Sweet.
Okay.
Yep.
What does this map change about your playstyle that you couldn't do on Ohana, or that you could do on
This map is actually very similar to Ohana. There's two paths in. The natural ramp and the third ramp are actually further away, which I think is a bit better for trying to do the run bys, but you can still use mutas. I guess it's basically just like a bigger version of Ohana.
Okay.
Yeah, I can't really think of any draw. Oh, and there's more bases, so that's even better.
I got a question for you.
Yeah.
If he takes a quick third, let's say it's what's the fastest third? Is it like
I think it's like
7
6 or 7 minutes or something. Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So let's say you took a 6 or 7 minute third. What would you go for, a quick fourth, or would you just stay on 3 base and tech?
You can actually do both, because if he takes a fast third, just like the way he takes a fast natural and we take our fast third, if they take a fast third, we can take a fast fourth. And you actually don't really need any units. I've only seen one person who was crazy enough to actually take the fast third and then just randomly move out. And the reason they can't move out is because if you happen to be maxing on Roach Ling, they're dead. Like, they're moving out with like 6 or 7 sentries, a stalker, and a mortal. Like, that's not an army. So the fourth base is really just I treat it like a macro hatch until I'm done teching to whatever I chose. So if I mutas or infestors or drops, typically I'll go into one of those first. Infestors is probably the only style where I'll start saturating it before anything, because infestors are so light on larva.
Mm-hmm. And what usually makes your composition, like if he goes for the third with blink stalkers, or what would it be compared to if he had immortals for defense?
Yeah, if he goes
Immortals and
blink,
mutas.
if he opens blink, you don't want to go mutas, because then he's already got the foundation to stop you from doing any damage.
Would you say if he goes Twilight Council, pretty much, don't
Yeah,
do mutas?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Because even if he goes DTs, blink is right there, and Archons are still really good against mutas. So.
Gotcha. Oh yeah, another question. When you see Colossus, what's the magic number of corruptors? Is it 3? For Colossus?
I don't like to do that at all. No, because it's kind of like, I want to say it's typically, even if you are fortunate enough for things to work out in your favor, that usually means that your whole ground army is still dead, because Colossus do that no matter what. And your corruptors kill his Colossus. I would rather just focus really heavily on infestors. The one time where I will use corruptors to defend against Colossus is when I have my spine wall up and I'm kind of just waiting for my broodlords to come out, because then you don't really have a choice. If he chooses to attack you, he's attacking you, and that's all there is to it. But otherwise, I don't think there really is a magic number. I would think that you would need like 4 corruptors per Colossus if you wanted to guarantee that you were going to kill all of them.
Alright. Yeah, I have a lot of trouble defending against Colossus when it's just Roach Infestor, Ling.
Yeah, you need to have a lot of spines.
Okay.
A lot of spines and a lot of infestors.
Well, I have a
Alright.
question for you as well. What do you think of his Gateway First build that kind of allows him to get his Nexus up? Like he's fast expanding, but with Gateway First instead of Forge First.
I think it's good. It's slightly less economical than Forge Fast Expand because you can go Nexus first. But it throws the Zerg off. Like, I know most Zergs know Stefano timing, so when they do something different, it's kind of like, okay, well now I kind of have to think because I don't just have, the timings memorized anymore.
Mm-hmm. How does this affect the timings?
Everything is faster. So I know that I don't need as many drones because even though he looks similar to a Forge Fast Expanding Protoss, I know he doesn't have as many drones, probes back at home.
How do you know that?
Because that's the difference in the builds. He doesn't get as many workers.
Okay.
Because he's spending money on units, and the Nexus doesn't come out quite as fast.
Alright, fair enough. Okay, dope. Well, Tivo, did you have anything else?
Nah, I'm good.
Alrighty, well, I'm going to let you deal with this Stalker Zealot harassment. Good luck. There's a pylon behind it, homie.
Yeah, that's because he's chronoing. He's doing this exact same build again.
Awesome. Well, maybe it'll work for him this time, but it's looking like he might be a one-trick pony.
He just might be. And if I ever see him on ladder, I'll know what to expect.
Yeah, well, if he does win with this, maybe we'll see if he uses it in the third game. Kind of pulling for him, though, because, let's face it, I don't want tonight to end.
He's my hero.
Dude, that's not cool. I have a man crush. Leave me alone.
My one love.
One love. One love. Okay, so a bunch of Zealots. They're killing off a lot of Zerglings. This is forcing jEcho to make units, but jEcho has a pretty good economy. He's already said he feels like his economy is ahead in this situation. So as far as he is concerned, I would more than likely say he's holding this off just fine. But the Zealots are huge in number, and now he's going to kill off this third, unless he can pull off another Magic Transfuse.
Oh, if he loses this though, he's...
Oh, that third melts!
Because look, he has 42 probes against these 31, and it's 2 base and against 2 base. So now he's going to throw up a Robo, or actually I think his best bet is a Twilight Council and go 2 base, Blinkstock, or 8 gate, but he's throwing the Robo, so... Okay.
Alright, so... jEcho holding it off yet again like a pro. Now, Frank just asked me, he says, you want more opponents in case of extra innings? Frank, we're already 2 hours into extra innings. Thank you, but I think we're going to have to call it a night after this one.
Yeah, man. I gotta work in, like, what time is it? 5 hours or 6 hours?
Yeah, I got, like, 5, I think. I don't know. I'm not doing math right now. There's a Roachling attack! He's already breaking through into the force field. Oh my god, you missed the force field. Oh, whooping him with Zealots, but Sentries is really what he needs. Once his force field dies, GG. XO dropping 2-0.
That was a really quick game.
Yeah, dude, it feels like we just got off the phone with this guy.
Well, we did. Like a minute ago.
Hey, stranger.
Hey.
Alright, so tell me about that game. It was kind of short.
Yeah, he did pretty much the same thing as last game. I think he actually hit faster, and that was because my Lings weren't running around his base keeping his units in there.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what I mean, those 2 Zerglings make so much of a difference.
Holy shit, my foot fell asleep.
Even though he killed the third, it doesn't really matter at that point. Once you've committed, I don't know the exact number, but when you start to see, when you've worked in 3-4 rounds and you need to sack all those units to kill the hatchery, it's no longer worth it. You're just, even if you kill the hatchery, I just remake it, I get 2 to 3 rounds of drones before I know you can possibly move out, and I get to counterattack you all at the same time. So even if he didn't die there, I should have been able to get the economy back to where it needed to be before any of his pushes came.
So, what I just heard you say, and I want to make sure I heard it right, but what you just said is, don't build more attacking units when you lose your third. just go with what you have and make drones.
Yeah, in the situation where I'm pretty sure I cleaned up all his pylons, I have no reason to believe that I wasn't expecting to kill him there. I assumed I guess because he didn't have a cannon, his front was really weak, but...
Well, he missed force fields.
Yeah. If you keep making units and he holds, your advantage goes away, or you even fall behind, because if he survives and gets an immortal, and I did see the robo building, then you're going to be in big trouble. So it's better to just, I know I have enough units to potentially do damage, and it turns out it was enough to actually just kill him, and I know that because in our little back and forth, at the end he just targeted the hatchery. So all of my lings and all my roaches were killing all of his stuff, but none of my army was actually dying. And there's no way he's warping in at home while he's warping in on my side, so...
Dude, that's super interesting. Holy crap. Alright. I just learned, a whole textbook worth of information.
Theory crafting, man.
Theory crafting with people who know what they're talking about. Let's be more specific. I've been on Team Liquid for way too long, theory crafting my ass off. Okay, moving on. More pleasant subjects. Tebow, got anything you want to ask?
Man, I think I asked all my questions that last time.
Absolutely, dude. Absolutely. We did kind of just see two of the same matches back to back. jEcho, dude, it's been a pleasure. Is there anything you want to cover or plug or talk about, get people interested in, your Twitter, anything? Please, now is the time.
Yeah, I'm streaming pretty much every day at twitch.tv/jEchoTV. And my Twitter is ISJEcho.
Definitely. I've been following you forever. If you've ever seen The Only Shaft on your Twitter stream, that's me.
Okay.
Yeah. So, yeah, dude. Infinity 7, you guys got a website or anything?
Yep, it is infinity7.net.
All right, man. I'm definitely going to check you guys out. BNet channel.
Too many bars and stuff.
Gotcha. Okay.
It's
It's private. Understood.
Yeah.
Alrighty, man. Well, thank you so much for coming on. Guess it's time to turn the broadcast off. I don't want to hit this button. Damn it. Alright, but it's 1:30. I've got work in 5 hours. Good night, guys.